What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another episode of the Survival Crate series. Today we got a few more things that we gotta do. Last episode, we worked on getting our power fully situated to where, we have lava. And, well, we have lava. So something we're gonna have to do real quick just so we could get these machines started. I don't know if we're gonna have enough rotation just to rotate, so we'll have to figure that out also. I need the valve. And easiest way to get the valve is by copper sheets and alloy. It's very simple. It's not really too hard. I don't think I have copper sheets, which is not good for me. I have copper ingots. I have two. I need one more. That's all I need is one. All right, well, might as well go get that real quick. We'll get that one piece and then we'll come back and we will start getting the layout for all of our machines. That was bright. Boom, we now have a valve handle. I will try and fly over that track because I don't want to deal with the train smacking me. So let's go ahead and get this. Pop that out. All right, never mind. Something I'm going to have to do first. Let's probably put this in. All right, so let's go ahead and do some rotation. Get it started. We'll have it fully going. We got water. We have just a little bit of pressure going through, which is just what we need. And we'll do that. We'll have the lava suck at what? Why did it rotate back? That's not where that goes. There we go. What? Why do you keep doing that, huh? What's your issue? What is your problem? Why do you rotate that way? I'm so confused. Why are we not working? You work on the other one. Why are you still going? There we go. Okay, it's still going up. Maybe I fixed it. I did. Perfect. Okay. Well, I got that one to work. I just gotta let it add the heat in so it can, push. All right, so that is working. We do have 2 buckets in, so those should just constantly swap out every now and then. To be honest, I might be able to put 3. We'll do 5. There will always be a bucket on standby. Yeah, seems pretty good. All right, let's go ahead and get this one started, and then we can come back through and work on the layouts for every single machine. That's not what I meant. That's not what I meant again. We'll activate this machine, do what it needs, wait for the lava to go up, and then we will add our buckets in. Bingo. Let's hope that can go all the way up, and then we will get some lava into our system, and then we can make it go all the way up and around. Once we get machines in, we can figure all that out. All right, there we go. We now have power that will be getting started. That's level 2. And then over here, this one should be at maybe a level 7 or 9. It's at 9. Cool. That is not too bad. So this machine will power every single thing that is on this side, and this machine will power everything that is on that side. All right, so I'm thinking I have the big machines over here, and then we do small machines over here. Because, small machines aren't going to take up that much space. The big machines definitely will. So big machines will be over here, small ones will be over here, and, well, we shouldn't have to worry. So our alloy farm, this one, we will have to put, after we rotate it, because we got to make it to where things will drop down. Basically, all the belts will be underground, and then all that will go straight to cell. Everything will be going into these, which when we get our new power, or not our power, our storage, we should be perfectly fine. So I do want these to be as close as I can. Obviously, we're going to need lava to go into this pipe just because, well, we need that. So we'll probably have a little lava system that will go under the ground and connect up to this, which will connect up onto that. And then we'll have to split it a little bit just to throw in. So all that will go on. That is good. This will be our limit. Yeah, everything will be right here. That is fully good. Let me get any wool and then signs because we are going to have to label these. This will be the alloy farm. So we got that one set. Let's go back up here. Let's try and find another one if I remember out of my entire list of schematics. What is another thing? We had a brick farm. We will need that because, again, we're going to keep building bridges. We're going to need bricks. So we'll do that one. And then I'm okay with the little gaps back here just because I do want everything to kind of flow in line just so it works. So we'll do that. And then we got to go on this side and do everything else on the same. All right, there we go. So let me get the sign and we'll put brick farm. So we got 2, which means we are going to need a way for power to, well, connect to this. Now, it would be pretty simple. If we put encased chain drives on a line here, then we can have this connect to the one that's in here, which is right about here. So it connects in this way and everything else will be powered. This one, we just need power here, which we can just connect onto that. Not too worried. Let's go ahead and get our XP farm because that is something we are going to need. Alrighty, so we got our XP farm now. This one is going to go right here. I do want to see if we could find a different one real quick just because it is pretty big, but also is very messy. Now, again, I'm not really going to care what's down here because we're not going to really come down here as much unless we need to fix something. So I'm not too worried about that. I do want to see if there's one like a full machine system thing, kind of like a building style, kind of like how we have a brick farm, you know, has a casing to it, I guess, and then place that there. So the XP farm, I will look for a whole new one on, so hold off for a second. All right, so I did find a new XP farm. I just got to work on that a little bit more. It is by Kindle again, Kindle Bubble. It actually works really well. I just am having issues with some of the belts on the bottom part that takes them to the killing chamber. One side is going the correct way, the other side is not. So I got to try and figure out how to fix that. Hopefully I can, because it's a really good machine and it gives, I think it was 260, 250 levels, like pretty quickly. So if we can get that, we can throw that here, which will be perfectly fine. I just got to try and figure out how to fix it. So we're going to hold off on our XP farm and we will start our nether ones. What? Our other ones, if English would like to work. All right, so we're obviously going to need our train track makers. So let's go ahead and put our narrow ones out. That's dirt. That's not how I was planning that one, but all right. Oh, well. Smooth this over. We can push this pretty well close to the edge. I don't have to worry about random placement. I can really just drop this down. I don't need to worry because, I mean, when we build this, these two here will be funnels. Or not funnels. What? Belts. My English no function. Then our power would have to be pretty well down here, which will connect onto that. Or I connect on this one. This will connect all the way through. So I don't have to worry. So this will be the narrow track maker. Let's go ahead and get to our big track maker. We'll get our precision mechanism farm because we are really going to need that. Because if I don't have that, I'm going to lose it. And really, I can keep this pretty close. I don't have to worry about, well, spacing. Just so, let's move this back. I got to make sure everything flows correctly. This will be our precision maker. I need a few more because we have a lot more. All right, so I need to find my normal train track maker instead of the narrows. I just need the normal one because I'm still going to have to make those either way. I just got to try and find it in my machine list system thing. I don't know. Is it this one? It says train track fabric, but I don't. Yep, that's the right one. Now, really, this could have been shortened. It definitely could have. I mean, other than here. Definitely could have made this right here, but oh well. We'll keep it how it is. This will be our normal track maker. What other things do I have? If not, I can always find more. Don't really have that many machines to begin with, but obviously later on, the more we find more, we'll build them down here. Now, I think that's actually all we had so far. I want to say some of the extra things were just like connected to machines. I don't think I actually saved them, so we'll have to try and figure that out. But we still need an XP farm, so I still got to try and fix that one. And then we have these three so far, and then we can probably fit 2 or 3 more here and then keep lining it up. All right, so we got our machines placed in. I do want to find some more just so, you know, it's not plain and boring and empty. But my schematic list is looking pretty barren with some of the things I don't need or like don't have. Because most of these are for the farmhouse, not the farmhouse, the farming area or the ore farm or mining farm, whatever. I don't really have anything for in here, which is not what I was planning on, but we'll have to work on that at some point. We are pretty well out of blueprints for, well, this area. Obviously, we're going to get more. I just got to try and find them. And then, you know, we'll keep adding more and more to this every now and then when we get some more, you know, ideas on whatever we need. And we just got to connect those up to the belts. Which means now we have to try and figure out how we can do all this. Now, really, these are all pretty close together. I probably don't need these so close. Like, I could definitely split this one a little bit over, and then we could have the XP farm. Of course, when it gets made, we can put that there. And then these three, really, I don't need them that close together. I do want it close together just for compression and storage, but I don't know how much we're actually going to need to add into it. So right now, we're not just going to change that. We're just going to keep that exactly how it is. But that does mean we do need to work on adding more different things. That's the thing we need to work on. I do have little spots up here. I got to try and figure out some of these spots. I don't know how these spots would go. Then I'll be honest, I kind of forgot what I was going to put over here, so I'm going to have to go back to my old video and see that. I can't really remember. This should still be at least moving a little bit. That is, obviously we have these off, so I don't need to worry about that. Alrighty, not too shabby. Alright, so as I keep trying to look for more different like storages or like systems that we can add down here, if you have ideas on a storage or something like that, or a machine that we can throw down here, let me know. We'll probably throw it in once I find it, or make it, something like that. I don't know. But throw some ideas. Let me know. Now, obviously, we're not going to have that much just because, well, limited space. Can't fully, well, I mean, we could go all the way to the top, but we're not going to. So these machines, they can get as close as they need to. If they need to get all the way over here, they can get all the way over here. If they need to go way up here, sure. As long as we have a little pathway that we can go in from here and have a little bit of space for these ones, that would be perfect. But these machines can go all the way up to these stairs if they really need. I don't care. As long as we have the machines and they work, they'll go in there. But we do have a few machines already set out. We just need to get the materials for them. So probably going to do that on next episode. Right now. All right. So again, we got the machines. Well, the outlines put in. Obviously, we're going to have to make some changes here and there. I am probably going to space them out just a little bit more just so I make sure one gearbox isn't connecting to another gearbox, powering complete different machines. I don't want that. So that's what we're going to do next episode. We're going to space them out a little bit more, and then we're probably actually going to be able to build them. So with that being said, we are going to be ending today's video right here. I still need to figure out what I was actually going to put there, and then we can start that. So we have a lot of things to do still. Obviously, we got to work on the bridges. We got a lot. But with that being said, we are going to be ending today's episode right here. So again, thank you guys so much for watching. I do appreciate it. If you want to see some extra content, I do have a second channel in the description. We also have started recently streaming on Twitch and Kick. So if you want to check it out, everything is down below. With that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. I do appreciate it. I'll see you guys on the next one. Goodbye.